Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the like, smash up the like, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe on YouTube, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'm going to let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in the between time, I give a quick shout out to the early birds, starting with Jake. What's up, Jake? Was that Taylor? We got China Carter in the house. What's up, Connie Hodge? What it do? Okay, fam. I'm going right on in on this one because it's too hot to hold. I'm about to show you leaked video footage of the April 2nd, 2025 track meet in Frisco, Texas, where Karmelo Anthony fatally stabbed Austin Metcalf. Now, this video is extremely blurred. It is extremely grainy. It is very hard to tell anything. But right now, we got to take whatever we can get, right? So I'm going to show this to y'all, and then y'all drop your comments, and I'll come back with mine. You can kind of see, like, right between the stands, you can see the kids right between those, right between the bleachers. You see somebody coming up the bleachers. They're coming up the bleachers. Then they're going to go toward, I believe, going to go toward the other kids. So obviously you can't make out exactly who is who, but you know, this is the first piece of video evidence that was publicly released. And I want to give a shout out to Secret Service Sam for covering this. Now, the video was allegedly taken by a woman who goes by the name Tiffany Tiffany Billions, whose real name is Tiffany McAdoo. She is reportedly an activist on the ground out there in Collin County. And she has been snooping around, stirring up a lot of mess. People don't like her. It's a lot of people who out there who do not like her. Don't know what that's about. This is my first time hearing about this woman, so I don't really know anything about her. But I do know that they're saying that she actually went to the school and asked to view the video. She asked to view the video, and they allowed her to view the video, but they did not know that she was actually recording the video. That's why you can see the TV. You can see the video on the TV. She's recording it on the Meta glasses that has the inconspicuous cameras on them. So she's recording the whole thing, which was actually smart to do. I'm surprised more people didn't do it. If I would have been there, I would have actually done it. That's what I would have done. I would have straight up went in there and said, yo, here's what's going on. the hell is going on here? Okay, so you saw the video, family, and you saw somebody coming through there. It's extremely hard to make out what's going on, but if she was able to get in there and see that much of that video, then that means that other people can get in there and see it too. I'm just hoping that they can get that video evidence before they destroy it, because they already took the video and manipulated it for the court. That's what they did. They took the video and manipulated it for the court. They got scenes in the video there's timestamps missing from the video. There's actually minutes where the timestamp got chopped up. Now, y'all know when they play those chopped up games, they're trying to conceal something. They don't want us to see something. That's what that's about. Now, this is what I want all of y'all out there to do, the people that hate Karmelo Anthony, but you love justice. You got to pick a side. You're going to have to pick a side. Either you are for justice, justice meaning just, right? Either you're for justice or you're not. Y'all know damn well if there is a video that exists of the stabbing and they're not releasing it to the public, it is because they are trying to hide something. They are absolutely trying to hide something. Anytime they have a video and refuse to release the video, they are trying to hide something. Anytime they have a video and they have parts of the video missing, entire seconds or minutes, sometimes hours in some of these videos, and they have this time missing, that means they cut it out because they don't want you to see something. They're trying to make sure that whatever you see matches their narrative. That's what that's about. I want to reiterate that, without even knowing this dude, Hunter, he was still a child. He's 17 years old, but he was a bully. He was a bully child. And so when I think about, having empathy for people who, young people or people who do wrong, or people that get harmed or people that end up getting killed, losing their life or whatever, I have to consider all things. I have to say, you know what, that's messed up that happened. At the same time, I have to look at why it happened. The same people who have no, they have, I would say, they don't have any moral flexibility for Karmelo, right? These are the same people who, when other people do something, they go, yeah, but this happened, and well, what about this? And we all have to be accountable for our actions. Okay. I heard Jeff Metcalf say that. Hunter's dad said we got to be all held accountable for our actions. And I absolutely believe that. We all must be held accountable for our actions, including Hunter. Just because he's dead don't mean he get a free pass. And y'all understand that when certain people get killed because of their actions, when certain people get harmed because of their actions. Y'all really understand that. But when it's somebody you don't like, you just hate, usually, and it's usually decided, you usually make up your mind based on race. He's the devil, kill him, he need to die, rot in jail, he's evil, his mama, his daddy, everybody is evil. Anybody who support him, is something wrong with them. No, it's something wrong with you because you're inconsistent. You're inconsistent and you're a hypocrite, and you cannot prove me otherwise. You are a hypocrite. I'm just saying, be consistent. Be consistent. If you want to drag certain people or whatever for certain acts, you say you're not dragging the people, you're dragging the act. And the people just happen to look like this or look like that. Drag the act. If you're somebody who is honorable, if you're to be taken serious, if you're credible, you would be consistent. It wouldn't matter to you what the race of the person is. The race of the person wouldn't matter. The act is all that would matter. But that ain't how y'all operate. Y'all don't operate like that. Y'all pick and choose based on the color. A lot of y'all, when things happen in the world, you wait to see what the color of the perpetrator is before you decide how much outrage you're going to distribute. Yeah. It ain't about race. It's always about race. The moment I hear somebody say it's not about race, I already know who they are. You just told on yourself if you ever tell me in the United States of America it's not about race, you just told me everything I need to know about you. Because in the United States, it's always about race. Always. Bullying is a part of American culture. It is as accepted. It is as part of our universal behavior as watching sports, going to concerts, and being preoccupied with our smartphones. Yeah, man. Yeah. Bullying. Unfortunately for Austin, see, a lot of people were bullies. I'm about to tell you something real heavy, fam. Hold on. Watch me. I'm about to tell you something really heavy. A lot of people were bullies at some point in school, whether it would be elementary, middle school, high school. And bullying come from lack of conflict resolution skills and oftentimes being bullied at home. Most kids who become bullies get bullied at home. That's where they learn it from. Most kids who are bullies in school at a young age, they grow out of it. Most grow out of it because they learn to operate, to exist, to live in a civilized society. They learn eventually that you can't bend everybody to your will, and you have to learn that you can't have everything your way. And you don't get to explode when you're rejected. They learn that along the way because they get penalized along the way. But some people who don't ever get penalized along the way, they're just allowed to do whatever they want to do and push people around and act tough, and they just constantly get away with it. It fuels their fire, and they continue it and continue and continue and continue. Sometimes people they're bullies in high school. Typically, if you're a bully in high school, you're probably going to be a bully for the rest of your life. Because by that time, you should have had some sense. I said typically, not always. Most people, by the time they get in high school, they understand the consequences of their actions. They know that if you bully people, you put your hands on people, you're probably going to get your head knocked off. They understand you're probably going to go to jail. They understand now. Mama can't protect you, daddy can't protect you. Something bad probably going to happen to you if you keep on putting your hands on people. Keep on trying that. You know, the school can protect you only so much. But by the time you get out in that real world, the real world ain't going to be as forgiving as mommy and daddy. The real world is going to punish you. You put your hands on somebody, they're going to punish you. So most bullies get a chance to live their life out. You know, they get a chance to grow out of bullying. But others are not so fortunate. Others eventually run out of bully points. Like, you keep bullying. Anytime you're a bully, you're operating from a disadvantage. You're at a disadvantage because everybody knows you're a bully and they see you coming from a mile away. And certain people have in their mind how they're going to deal with you if you try them. You're going to be at a disadvantage. It's almost like getting ambushed. You'll have no idea. You won't even, by the time you know it happened, you won't even know it happened. In my neighborhood, I was about 15, 16. There was a bully in the neighborhood. He moved into the neighborhood. Bully. He moves into the neighborhood and he makes his rounds bullying people. He finally made his way to me. By the time he made his way to me, I had already decided how I was going to defend myself against him, what I was going to do to him, how I was going to take him down. And he knew karate. So, you know, he could fight pretty good, right? So when he tried me, I whooped him so quick, fam, he didn't get one lick in. I whooped him. I mean, it was convincing. It was quick. It was convincing. And he never tried me again. In fact, we became friends after that. Another time I was in middle school. I was minding my own business. And there was this guy named Richard. Richard used to go around poking his finger in people's food and say, "You want this?" And they'd be like, no, man, you can. Then they'll let him have it because he stuck his finger in the food, right? So he just, you know, "You want this? You want this?" He just thought it was funny as hell, right? And Richard played football, so he was bigger than most of the kids. And so a lot of the kids were intimidated by him. Me and my couple homies that I stayed tight with, we would watch Richard do this to people all the time. So when he finally made his way to me, he poked his finger in my food. He said, we were at lunch. He said, "You want this?" I had a fork in my hand, and I said, "Yeah, motherfucker." And I stuck that fork smooth through his hand. Richard was at a disadvantage. Richard knew what he was going to do, but he did not know what I was going to do. And that is the lesson for every single bully out there. You know what you're going to do, but you don't know what the next person is going to do. You know what the law is going to do. I mean, you know what you're going to do, but you don't know what the law is going to do. You know what you're going to do, but you don't know what the people who's with that person that you're going to attack is going to do. I've seen bullies get their heads knocked off in fights. They bullying somebody, they in a fight, and they whooping the person, and a person come right up behind them and shoot them in the head. Never saw it coming. Everybody ain't playing. You ain't gonna be able to bully everybody. Everybody ain't playing. And while it's tragic that somebody loses their life over something that could have been prevented, especially a youngster, you ain't even got your life started. Lose your life. You gotta say, as always, well, what happened? How did it start? See, that's how we always, those are the questions we always want to know. Like, how did it start? What happened? If Austin don't start that fight with Karmelo, Austin is still alive. Austin is at home, chilling, or maybe in college. Messing with the girls, having fun, hanging out at the parties, maybe, studying, doing whatever college kids do. Karmelo pretty much doing the same thing. So in this case, there is no winners. There is no winners because Karmelo is in prison serving a 35-year sentence. There is no winners. Now, I can guarantee you that he's not going to do half of that time that they say. They say he's going to have to do at least 17 years before he comes up for parole. That's not going to happen because the boy was railroaded and everybody knew it, but everybody don't care about that. All they care about is he killed a white kid. He got to go to jail. Put the shoes on the opposite feet and y'all know damn well y'all not outraged. You're not outraged. You don't care one way or the other. In fact, make Karmelo Anthony a white boy who did the exact same thing. And there is no outrage whatsoever. There is no outrage. In fact, make both kids black. And there is no outrage. No outrage whatsoever. This is a sick ass country because everything we do is based on race. We got to put race in it. Everything is got to be included. We buying a house. Oh, no. Okay, look, I need to put this in there, put this in there. I gotta give me some sofas, I get a table. And where's racism? I gotta give me some racism to put in here. I'm gonna put my racism right over here in the corner, right there. Gotta have that racism. Gotta have it. Racism against black people built this country. Racism is going to destroy this country. I know some of y'all think it ain't, but it is. Racism is going to destroy this country. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. And that ain't something I'm wishing for. Because I would love to see everybody get a fast shot at life and live it out to their best ability. I don't think it's fair for these little youngsters out here, these babies who just was born, infants, to die because you got the members of the oligarchy and you got others who have already lived their life and just don't give a damn if this place burned down. They already lived. Or you got those of us who ain't got nothing going on. We're tired of living, so we don't care if it burned down. You got those of us out here that we're hard on ourselves. We feel useless. We don't feel valued. So we ready to go out with a bang. We don't care who go out with us. That's selfish. A lot of selfishness in this country. A lot of selfishness. So we don't care. I do. I look at all of these situations like this with these youngsters and taking these guns and shooting people and doing these robberies and all this kind of stuff that these youngsters get caught up in doing. You look at they're looking up at the leaders in the country. If you listen to the leaders in this country, they all sound uncivilized. Not all, but many of them sound uncivilized. Many of them sound like the devil himself. All they do is stoke division. All they do is talk about violence, who they want to hurt. You look at the president, look at the defense secretary. All they do is somebody, we're strong, we're more powerful. We're gonna kill such and such, and we killed this person, and we're gonna kill. So we're gonna kill, and then so if you look at the government and you look at the military and all these people, they go on TV and we're gonna kill and kill this and kill that and kill, and then when somebody get killed in the country, they say, hey, you're not supposed to kill. You going to jail. We're a civilized society. No, we're not. We got something called the death penalty, where we schedule killing citizens. Sometimes innocent citizens. But y'all don't care about that, as long as it don't happen to you. Long as the person that get killed, the innocent person get killed, don't look like you, ain't got your skin color. Zero credibility with me, man. Zero. Zero credibility. Nobody likes a bully. That's what we like to say around here, right? Nobody likes a bully. When you talk about Austin being a bully, they conveniently skirt around it and start talking about something else. They will not address him being a bully at all. They won't address it at all. They try to turn a linebacker push into a tap. He just friendly touched him and said, no, get away. You're not supposed to touch him at all. You're supposed to keep your hands to yourself. Yeah, man. You're supposed to keep your hands to yourself. That's how it goes. You're supposed to keep your hands to yourself. If we don't like bullies in America, we shouldn't like bullies, period. No matter what color the bully is, we're not supposed to like the bullies. But that's a lie, because there are millions of people who support Donald Trump, and everybody knows Donald Trump is a bully. But because Donald Trump bullies people that you don't like, you can accept that bully. Yeah, you can accept that. Zero credibility. Zero. Zero with me. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.